This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Happy snowy, rainy, icy Wednesday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico hanging out per usual. Rico, what's up?
Hello.
How we doing?
Doing great. Except for the fact that it's super slick outside and I want everybody to be safe.
Yeah, it is slick. We're making plans accordingly to just beat maybe potential weather, potential ice to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But then
the snow's hit Omaha. It hasn't hit
really
us yet, I don't think. Yeah,
I did not know it hit Omaha.
My mom sent a picture. She was like, the ground's covered in snow. She goes, this was 10 minutes. 10 minutes ago it was dry.
Dang.
I was like, oh, that's fun.
So it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it comes pretty quick. I remember looking at the radar this morning, and it was just a blanket on its way.
Well, we were supposed to get like 1 inch, and then the last I checked, we were supposed to get 3 to 6. Somewhere like Broken Bow and like the surrounding areas, they're supposed to get like 18 inches. But then around that, they're supposed to get 12 inches. Out in the Panhandle, it's like 12 to 18. So you know,
let's
people are going to get it pretty bad out in western Nebraska.
A local update. So, a Broken Bow.
So if you're listening to us,
one.
if you're listening to us out in western Nebraska, first off, thank you. Second off, please be safe. And thirdly, if you're not listening to us, which I don't know why this would matter because you wouldn't be able to hear me anyways, but tell your friends, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, or on the app. You go to 93, you go to theticketfm.com. You can listen to us on there, download the app on your phone, listen to us that way, and shoot us a text or give us a call, 402-464-5685.
And in addition, if you were listening yesterday, Rico and I are really trying to start this whole video game thing.
I am going to figure this out.
We're going to try to figure out a way to where it's not, maybe not underneath the Tickets Twitch account,
but it might be.
But it may be. We'll see. We're still ironing out the details.
Working out some details. It'll probably just start off with just me and Nick. We might throw Terrell in there if we play some Call of Duty. But eventually, I want to try and get some student athletes, maybe some of the younger coaches who play video games. Shout out to Omar Hales. Who hopefully I need to get Madden.
We'll see if you play Madden with
Maybe
Omar.
I'll play Madden with Omar Hales, which would be really cool. But if you're interested in something like that, let us know. You shoot us a tweet or whatever. I don't know. Shoot us a text on here at Radio Rico AC at Nick_Sainert. Let us know if you would be interested in watching something like that. What game you'd want to see us play? See, Call of Duty with Terrell because that's the thing that he plays. Just if that's something that you would be interested in.
Mississippi Mud Dog chimes in early. Hey Nick, at least Rico is on the radio telling people he wants them to be safe. You just don't care about the people, or what? Of course I care about the people, Mississippi Mud Dog. Rico said it. Rico is in. And so, of course, I will piggyback on what Rico says. Please be safe.
I love the people.
Here's what I was going to actually talk about is I'm looking at the Weather Channel right now. And
you are an old man.
The Weather Channel.
I do love the Weather Channel, though.
Come on.
It's pretty nice.
The Weather Channel breaks it down. Snowfall amounts expected in the next in the past 24 hours, in the next hour, in the next 6 hours, breaks it down by 6 hour increments. And so just to kind of give from the Weather Channel's point of view, it looks like, and they have the radar above it as well. So the rain is going to clear out in the next hour and a half or so. And that's when it changes to snow. So in the next 3 hours, expect 4 inches is according to the Weather Channel. In the next 12 hours, expect 6 inches. And in the next 24 hours, expect 4 more inches. So, Rico, here's where it gets dangerous.
Oh, that's when I asked you to do math. I said, please don't.
No. Here's where it gets dangerous, Rico, is when you have the underlying rain and ice.
I hate that.
And then you put snow on top of it.
I hate trying to shovel that because you're thinking, I'm getting it all. And then you're just like, there's the ice.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Treat your driveways, treat your sidewalks, treat your right in front of your doors, your walkways, especially if you're not going to leave
Your
and you're going
decks.
to order. If you're going to order food,
Yep.
you don't want your delivery drivers to slip. You don't want your Amazon drivers, because I know y'all still ordering packages, expecting those packages to be delivered. Treat them. Don't let your Amazon drivers slip.
Yeah, Amazon,
don't let
FedEx,
yourself slip.
UPS, whatever it may be. Yeah,
treat
be
it all.
careful.
Throw the salt out there.
Throw the salts, throw the mixture, whatever it may be out there. Just be safe for sure. 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. An unnamed texter texted us a couple minutes ago, said the rain is turning to sleet now. Remind people to treat their delivery drivers well. So they're out there, you're not. Make sure you treat them well,
be nice,
tip them well, all that good stuff. Tater also says the roads are getting quite a bit slicker. We pulled our semis in for the day here at work. Stay safe. That's the thing is especially if you're planning to go down to Pinnacle Bank Arena tonight, tip off is at 6 p.m. Leave yourself plenty of time as possible. So,
you see Thunder not calling his picture?
Yeah. So he says, brother-in-law sent me this from Myrna, which is 9 miles northwest of Broken Bow.
They were in the circle.
And there is tons of snow.
That's a decent amount of snow.
Round 3 of scooping, says the Snapchat.
Jeez.
So that's pretty crazy.
Not a fan of that.
Newt chimes in, says they keep forecasting snow for today, but it's not supposed to get below freezing until 11 p.m.
I mean, my car said it was 28 degrees this morning, so that's
when I went out, my windshield wipers were frozen to my windshield as well.
It's already turned to ice, so I don't know.
It's getting chilly.
It'll be interesting, but we should get to this topic, but more specifically something. Nebraska had some news come out yesterday. Whitney Longstein, stepping from volleyball entirely, actually, as her and her family have been dealing with the unfortunate passing of her father since 2021, and she, I believe in her post, felt as if she hadn't really taken the necessary time to grieve and to kind of spend time with her family. So she's taking a step back and stepping away from the volleyball program, which more power to her, because that's, I mean, first off, losing your father, and what did she said in 2021 she was 18. It would have been her senior year of high school. I can't imagine going through something like that, and then continuing on with your athletic academic career, and just doing all of these amazing things, and having that feeling like I wish my father was here to watch me accomplish these things that he knew that I could do.
So in the post on Instagram that Rico was referring to, Lonstein says, quote, "With that being said, I have thought long and hard about my decision and took the holidays with my family to clear my mind, but I have decided to step away from the volleyball team to focus on myself and be with my family and continue to heal due to the passing of my dad. I cherish every single moment with my teammates, and they have grown to be some of my best friends and will continue to be. I will miss playing in the Bob Devaney Sports Center with my teammates. It'll be something that I will remember forever, but I think it's important to put yourself first before you commit to something bigger than yourself. Thank you to everyone for the unconditional love and support. The Nebraska fan base is truly unlike any other." And then John Cook, the head coach, sent out a statement, says, quote, "We fully support Whitney and her family in making this decision and hope that she will find peace and healing. There are bigger things in life than volleyball. Whit will be missed by everyone involved with our program, especially her Husker teammates and coaches. She will always be a Husker." So, Rico, from a volleyball standpoint, although this is the lesser important of the two.
I mean, first off, we're wishing and praying for her family to find happiness and closure in that. So that, first things first with that. But yeah, from the volleyball standpoint of things, again, not as important as this, that puts Nebraska volleyball right at the scholarship limit. They're no longer over the scholarship limit. So unless there are more additions, more subtractions from the team, they'll be good to go for next season. But losing Whitney Longstein is, although she was not going to be the sixth rotation player that she may have wanted to be, she was a large contributor to this Husker team from the outside hitter perspective. And she made a big jump from not only her freshman to sophomore, but from her sophomore to junior year. You saw her kind of explode onto the scene, especially with that massive game against Creighton where they won in 5 sets. She, for this last season, averaged 2.78 kills and 1.0 1.07 blocks per set, which were both second best on this Husker team, and she led Nebraska with 28 aces. So she was coming into her own. Sad to see her leave the volleyball program, but it's all for the best for her. Hopefully, her and her family can find some sort of happiness and closure in everything that's been going on with them.
Well, and from, once again, that volleyball on the floor standpoint, a little bit of, I mean, you'll remember that a couple months ago, or I should say in December, if I remember correctly, yes, Nebraska added Merritt Beeson, the Florida transfer, who is capable of playing all rotations.
She is a 6 rotation player. She played 6 rotations with the under 21 team with Lexi Rodriguez and Becca Alec that won gold in the Pan Am games. And she played all 6 rotations at Florida, was one of their best players. But the connection she had with Lexi and Becca seemed to really help that transfer to come to Nebraska. So she'll be that 6 rotation player that John Cook likes to have at least one on the floor at all times. So she'll be that person. Great in the back row, amazing in the front row, has a crazy strong arm on her swings. So it'll be really a great addition for Nebraska.
Yeah. So Merritt Beeson, the transfer from Florida, will be here. And then also, in case you guys missed it, this was a couple days ago, 4 days ago, it was announced that Harper Murray and Bergen Riley had been named Gatorade Players of the Year in their respective states. Harper Murray coming from Michigan, Bergen Riley from South Dakota. And then yesterday, it was announced that Harper Murray from the state of Michigan is the 2022-2023 Gatorade National Volleyball Player of the Year.
Yes.
So I mean, just once again, it's just the continued reload of Nebraska volleyball. Yes, it does stink and it hurts and it burns to lose Whitney Lonstein, but in terms of on the floor, now the scholarship limit is the scholarship, distribution chart is all figured out and sorted out, and you bring in two recruits, and this is no shock at all, that were some of the best in the state, and not only the country. I mean, also the country.
Yeah, again, the number 1 recruiting class in the country. Nebraska is adding some fantastic athletes. And Harper Murray, she was the number 2 recruit actually for this last class overall. The number 1 recruit in Nebraska's class. But for her high school career, you're right, these numbers are ridiculous. 2,488 kills, 1,460 digs. And I believe she was over 400 blocks in her career.
All right.
I could be completely wrong on it. She had a boatload of blocks in her career, in her prep high school career. So this last season, she had 726 kills, almost 1,000 kills in one season, 409 digs, and 40 blocks.
Impressive stuff. Once again, Harper Murray, National Player of the Year.
Also a first-team All-American by both Max Preps and the American Volleyball Coaches Association.
Jeez.
Just all over the place.
Jeez. All right, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Once again, just wanted to really make sure we mention that Husker volleyball topic as well. The transfer portal does close today. And so things are sort of getting sorted out. Some foggier pictures are getting clearer, including with the Husker football program as well. We'll talk about that coming up next on the text line. Bill and Bennett says, shout out to my little cousin Chase B, who is out there delivering packages today. Be safe, buddy. And we say that to all of our listeners. Be safe out there.
Well, Bill and Bennett,
the icy roads.
You'll be happy to know that Chase B texted us and said he just got done with his route of Hickman, or route to Hickman. So there you go.
So
Chase B's doing well.
So Chase B's good. I hope everybody else is doing well. I know Cubsker's out delivering. I think Thomas and Lincoln as well.
Yeah, everybody
is out there. So yeah, please be safe on your drives home from work. And in 3 hours, if you leave early, just be safe. Don't be in too big of a hurry.
Yeah.
And we'll all be good on this.
We'll keep you entertained.
This traffic control Tuesday, if you will.
No,
so
it's Wednesday.
Crap. We even thought about doing the traffic segment today on a Tuesday.
I said it was traffic talk on the ticket. You said Tuesday.
I said Tuesday. Well, that's not going to happen today. No. So traffic control Wednesday. Next week.
Minus a day.
Either way. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we talk Husker football as a couple things have been solidified and made official for Husker football, as well as Nebraska basketball prepares for a game against the Ohio State Buckeyes tonight. What kind of crowd should be to PBA? I'm kind of afraid, nervous. Ticket prices, we'll talk about all that coming up next on Happy Hour.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1990. 97, like trucks. You know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is really looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who remind you, go Big Red!
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Big Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play it against sports at 48th and Vine.
And B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and Reese is critical for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from Alino serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Visit the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock, or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
In honor of all those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of our nation and for those who are currently deployed on the front lines around the world to ensure the freedoms we enjoy, let us join together as one community, one nation, with one voice to salute our troops. This message courtesy of our good friends at Gaina Trucking and Excavating at 2200 West Panama Road in Martel. Gaina Trucking and Excavating are seeking truck drivers and experienced excavators. If interested, call 402-794-5000 or go online at gainatrucking.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in every modeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Is your furnace operating like you think it should? Find out with a service now from the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough system check to make sure you're good to go this winter. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchanger checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Starter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. StarterHeyman.com.
The caring professionals with Tuffy Auto Service Center in South Lincoln are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifices you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide. We pray for your safety in war and your safe return. We honor those who have given their lives to fight terrorism. They are America's true heroes. This military tribute message from Tuffy Auto Service Center in South Lincoln, home of the Done Right Period warranty. Visit online at tuffylincoln.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico hanging out with you guys. Looks like I was looking up just snow totals during the break. Looks like 12 inches of snow, so a foot of snow out in North Platte. Some of I-80 is closed also.
Oh, that's fun.
So, yeah, if you're listening out in the Panhandle in the western part of the Nebraska state border, please be careful.
Thanks for listening.
Appreciate you listening. Also, if you've been hanging out with us all day while the children have had a snow day, thanks as well. That's awesome. That's one thing I do miss.
Snow days.
Snow days.
Being an adult, an adult means you don't get snow days.
I sat there last night and I saw the reaction of Twitter, and while LPS had not called school off yet, and all the parents were like, "Come on, LPS, just call it off. Just call it off." And I thought to myself, man, I don't get excited when I think, man, we're going to have 12 inches of snow tomorrow.
Wow. I don't have to go
I don't have
school.
to go to school. I can just sit at home
sit
all
at
day.
home and eat junk food and play video games.
That's all I got to do.
And now it's like,
I asked Mark yesterday. I laughed at Mark yesterday. I laughed with Mark yesterday because I was like, Mark, if we get a snow day tomorrow, I said, no, I'm not coming in. And he's like, well, good thing you live 30 seconds away.
Yeah.
And I said, dang.
You live real close.
I do.
I'm not coming in.
That shouldn't dictate on who comes into work and who doesn't. I am very strong on this. If you live 30 seconds away and I live 25 minutes, just because you live closer, if I can't make it to work, it doesn't mean you should risk your life to make it to work.
That wouldn't be, if I live 30 seconds away, I could walk.
Not in the cold. That's a big reason why they canceled school in the first place.
You know who used to walk in here when he worked here?
Who?
Mike Schaefer.
I do know that actually because when I was an intern, and Schaefer would come in for the recruiting hour.
Yeah.
He would.
Schaefer would walk in here to do
a
1 hour of radio.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'm happy for Schaefer.
You could do that.
But there's a reason that they cancel school sometimes for cold winds and just cold air and ice as well.
Well, this wouldn't be that. Now, if it was that, I would understand you not walking to work. Okay. But it's not that.
All right. Plus, you know how much I hate coats.
Exactly.
I hate coats.
Well, you should get one.
I hate closed-toed shoes.
That's just
thank you. The restriction just with those items are just killing me.
Restriction? What do you think you're in a straitjacket? It's a
feels
coat.
like
it's a coat, and there's shoes that cover your toes.
It feels like it.
What are you,
straight
3?
jacket. Here I am. Okay, so
like my daughter Ellie always wants to wear her sandals. I'm like, no, it's 3 degrees outside. You're not wearing sandals.
That's why do you think I invested in some of these shoes that I got on, these little slip-on things?
Those still aren't good enough.
They're not good enough for the cold weather.
If it starts snowing,
yeah, it's gonna be.
You're gonna get snow in your shoes, and it's gonna be terrible.
I thought about that when I just walked outside.
Do you have better shoes?
No, I just have these.
Get better shoes.
Well, I mean, I have tennis shoes at home, but I don't wear them.
Yeah, but you have like cloth tennis shoes, which again,
not good. Not good. So I need to get some Jordans. Is what I'm hearing.
Oh.
Not the cloth tennis shoes, the microfiber, not microfiber, the whatever it may be. All right,
I'm gonna kick you in the shins.
Thomas and Lincoln says Nick is scared to walk. That's not true at all. I can handle my own. If somebody tried to harass me while I was walking, I think I can handle my own. Okay, so John and Cortland says, no pity, guys. 28 miles, and I get to come back tomorrow morning about 5 a.m. Water just got frozen. I assume is what he said. Is what he meant.
Well,
so I apologize, John and Cortland.
You're a better man than I, John.
Yeah. Shout out to you, John. All right. Husker football. Transfer portal closes up today.
Yes.
They can still host guys for visits this weekend, and they are going to in the form of a 2024 defensive back and wide receiver from Dangerfield, Texas. Now, this is in the
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield. Daingер.
Dangerfield?
Danger, maybe. I could see both ways. You could have just let me keep it how it was. Either way.
I've heard it both ways.
In the form of Aaron Hampton is his name. 5'10", 175-pound defensive back and wide receiver. Now, this is a big one for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Has plenty of offers. Alabama's on that list. Texas is on that list. Baylor's on that list. He is the 8th best player in the state of Texas, according to 24/7 Sports. So
is being the 8th best player in the state of Texas comparable to being like a top 25 player in the nation?
So this one has him 77th overall in the
I
nation.
don't believe it.
So, I mean, we could go down the list and, find out.
I don't know. Texas is stacked.
Texas is stacked. I mean, you look at the top 2024 guys. You have Arizona, obviously, with Dylan Raiola.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Florida, Georgia, Texas, Florida, Georgia, Florida.
Oh, I guess
Georgia.
I guess being the
goodness,
8th best player in Florida is
Listen to
comparable
this.
to
Listen to this. So out of the top 13,
Mhm.
top 13 guys overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the top 13 are from Bradenton, Florida.
I think we should focus more efforts
Bradenton,
in
Florida.
I think so.
Maybe Texas is not the hotbed.
I go to Florida. Forget Texas.
Dang it, we made so many hires. Dang it. Nebraska made so many hires.
All right, fire them all. Go
fire them all. Hire
the Texas
guys.
people.
Yeah, hire the Florida people. Hire the Florida people. Whoa. Thunder Not Calling says Nick is right on how to pronounce.
No, because it's not Rodney Dangerfield. It's Rodney Dangerfield.
If you say so.
No, it is. Nobody pronounces his name Dangerfield. There are zero people that
I have never. Okay, in my defense, I have never seen it.
You've never seen the word danger spelled out?
Spelled that way. I mean, no, I'm saying spelled with an I.
What do you mean?
In Texas, where Aaron Hampton is from, is D-A. Oh, I have to find it one more time here because I don't want to mess it up. D-A-I.
Dangerfield.
Bingo. That's exactly what I said. And you coming at me like I'm an idiot.
I didn't hear
There is a D-A-I. It's D-A-I-N-G-E-R.
I'm going to still say it's Dangerfield.
I mean, here's the thing: is that Illinois basketball player? Don't forget had spelled it with a J, and it was danger.
That is true.
So, either way, yeah. So Nathan points out, I believe that town in Florida of Bradenton is the home of IMG Academy, and that's true. IMG is stationed in Bradenton. There's also. Well, it is.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing that like fits.
Yeah.
It's just like a military institution.
It is a place where you pay to go to high school, and it's basically the cost of college.
Yeah,
but they live on the campus.
It's like prep. It's pre-college.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal. Yeah. So either way, Nebraska will host Aaron Hampton, a 5'10", 175 defensive back and wide receiver this weekend. 2024 guy, but more immediately or more instantly, Nebraska will, it's official. If you go over to Huskers.com and look at the football roster, Xavier Betts and Isaiah Garcia Castaneda are members of the Husker football team once again. So 2 wide receivers that once again, I mean, Nebraska, it was assumed that Xavier Betts was going to be there. And after Isaiah Garcia Castaneda withdrew his name from the portal, it was assumed that they were going to just be at Nebraska, but now we have it officially. Thank you, Rico.
Sorry, I just needed that.
It was a little delayed.
It had been a while.
It's okay.
I had to find it.
I understand. So that's big for the Huskers as they're trying to continue.
I get that it's
building.
big, but also like how big is it really? Like I get it. It's 2 more experienced wide receivers in a room that is lacking experience at the collegiate level. You brought in Billy Kemp, who has experience at Virginia. Yep. But other than him, Marcus Washington, Alante Brown has experience, but it's hit or miss. A lot of the guys in that room are young, haven't done much. So adding these 2 who have played the game, who understand it is big. But you're adding a guy who had 5 catches last year.
Yep.
For you, and then left the team. You're adding a guy who hasn't played football. Again, I don't know what he was doing during that year, if he was working out, if he was staying in shape on his own, but he has not played football in a full year. Not due to an injury, but just due to the fact that he was checked out of football. He didn't want to play football, whatever the story is. He didn't play football for an entire year. And when he was on the field, maybe you could say he wasn't targeted enough, but the bigger plays that you remember were not from a receiving role. They were from reverses and pitches and him, getting the ball in the backfield and then outrunning everybody. So again, I'm not taking anything away from either of them. Just maybe like it's understandable that they're big additions to the room, but at the same time, how much does this actually help on the field production?
Well, so so talking about Xavier Betts specifically, because I think Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, he's the one that I'm less, I don't want to say, I mean, I'm expecting less from Isaiah Garcia Castaneda.
They talked him up as a number one receiver before the season, and then the Northwestern game happened, and everybody was like, yes, this is the number one receiver. Then he had no catches against North Dakota, no catches, I think a couple targets against Georgia Southern, and then one catch for no yards against Oklahoma.
Yeah. So here, is it wrong of me to expect more from Xavier Betts, or expect that we see Xavier Betts more? And here's why.
I feel like it's not wrong.
There's
I think it might be unfair.
There's not a lot of guys on this team that look the way Xavier Betts does. Now we look at Xavier Betts and we look at what he did for Nebraska prior to leaving the team on March 24th last season. 2020, Xavier Betts has 12 catches for 131 yards and a touchdown. 2021, he has 20 catches for 286 yards, no touchdown receptions. However, as Rico alluded to a moment ago, 3 carries, 3 rushes for 109 yards and a touchdown. A couple of those have been like 85. I remember him having an 85-yard jet sweep that he took to the house for a touchdown. He had a big one against Oklahoma that he got stopped short down in Norman on a stop short of the goal line on. So I look at the way that, I mean, Matt Rule likes he likes speed. He likes big guys that are athletic and fast.
Yes, and that is exactly
that's what he brought in. I mean, Joshua Fleeks from Baylor on early signing day as well.
He's not big though.
He's not necessarily as big as Xavier Betts, but he's fast as Xavier Betts. True. So we look at Xavier Betts here, and we know Billy Kemp at Virginia, not necessarily expecting him to do this here at Nebraska, but what Virginia did with Billy Kemp was they lined him up in the backfield
everywhere, and
they lined him up in the slot, and even at a couple times, although Billy Kemp's not that tall, they lined him up outside as well.
5'9", 5'10".
So I'm more intrigued on what Matt Rule and his staff will do with a guy like Xavier Betts, because he can provide a mismatch for a lot of defenses. And when you look at it, he has 32 career catches. Now, to Rico's point, hasn't played football in a while, but has 32 career catches, which is going to rank pretty highly on the in the room that you have currently. Marcus Washington, I think, has had 37 last year. Maybe that's a little too high. I need to double check that.
Yeah. Well, so the thing with Xavier Betts is it's all going to be based off of the potential that he showed in those 2 years with Nebraska during his high school time. Because in high school, look, he was easily the best receiver in the state, one of the best receivers in the nation, and that was easy. That wasn't even a question. Came to Nebraska, kind of showed some flashes here and there, but again, not a lot of production from him. Whether that was his doing, whether that was the coach's doing, whether that was just somewhere in between where the targets were supposed to be there, but he just wasn't getting open, or he was getting open, but the quarterback wasn't getting in the ball. Whatever it was, it just didn't materialize into what a lot of people, including myself, probably thought he was going to do in his first couple of years at Nebraska.
So here's this for you to put things into perspective. So Marcus Washington last season had 31 catches for Nebraska. We know Billy Kemp had the Trey Palmer type of numbers catches. I need to look up Billy Kemp's.
I think it was 2 years ago. He had a breakout season. But this last year for Virginia, everyone has to remember. First off, he was injured this last season, and secondly, Virginia was going through everything Virginia was going through with the shooting, the unfortunate passing deaths, of those football players, and they canceled a couple of games.
So 2021, as Rico said, 74 catches for Billy Kemp. Marcus Washington had 31 this season, and then Joshua Fleeks at Baylor had way fewer than that. He's had 18, 23, 26, 29 career catches in his 5 seasons of college football. So now you bring
Didn't
in
they use him as a running back
at times,
Yeah,
but they're not going to use him as a running back in Nebraska.
Not here. No.
So at time here they come, or here they are bringing in a guy that has played 2 seasons at Nebraska, and he has 32 career total catches in 2 seasons. And one of those was 12 catches for 131 yards in his freshman year, and 20 catches in 2021 for 286 yards. I'm curious to see how they're used. I'm curious to see. Now, once again, let's hope that once August rolls around and the first game of the season comes, that Xavier Betts and Isaiah Garcia Castaneda are in the fold and ready to go and in the fold, right? Because as AD says, trust but verify, and I think that's the kind of the approach that you have to take with Xavier Betts and IGC. So
I'm trying to think if IGC would be one of the senior statesmen in the room. Or would it'd be Kemp and Fleeks, right?
Yeah. So in terms of like age and scholarships, or where they fall. Okay. So I updated
IGC's what 3 years of college football because he transferred from New Mexico State after 2 years.
So here's how Nebraska's wide receiver room shakes out as of right now. They have 13 guys in there that are on scholarship. Marcus Washington, Josh Fleeks, and Billy Kemp are all seniors. Okay. Alante Brown, IGC, and Tommy Hill are juniors.
Alante's a 4th-year junior.
Yeah. I think Alante has 16 career catches, I want to say.
He needs more.
Or maybe he had 16 last season.
I need more Alante Brown.
Sean Hardy and Xavier Betts are sophomores. And the reason Xavier gets another year is because the COVID year. He'll have a COVID year.
And they did say he utilized his red shirt for this last season.
Yeah, so he'll have 3 years left. Victor Jones Jr. and Janarian Bonner, redshirt freshman, and then you have your 4 true freshmen: Malachi Coleman, Jaden Doss, Jalen Lloyd, and Bryce Turner.
Okay,
so that's kind of how that whole thing shakes out for Garrett McGuire's position group. All right, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those continue to be open for you guys. Let's break down a little Husker hoops with the Husker Hall of Famer Eric Strickland and Austin Orman coming up next on the crossover on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in App Store to stay in touch and listen all along wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A winter storm warning will be in effect throughout the day as areas of sleet and freezing rain will be possible this morning, changing over to snow by this afternoon. Totals could approach 6 inches around the capital city. We'll see steady temps in the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. Snow will linger into tonight with lows falling off to around 20. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for technicians of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package with 100% paid employee health insurance, paid time off, paid parental and bereavement leave, an annual recreation bonus, and a boot and clothing allowance. Landmark offers the latest certified John Deere training so you're up to date with the newest equipment and technology. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmark.careers. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Hair loss and thinning is chronic, progressive, and frustrating. What we know is that the earlier it's diagnosed and treated aggressively, the better the long-term results. QC Kinetics offers a unique and comprehensive approach to restoring and improving hair follicle density and hair thickness. The majority of hair loss can be managed medically without the need for surgery. Their multifaceted approach to hair restoration allows them to help you improve both the appearance and thickness of your hair. Call QC Kinetics in Lincoln today at 402-205-4270 or go to qckinetics.com.
Sunday morning. It's quiet. Not a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to a world of yum.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering blowout savings on in-stock 2022 compact tractors and mowers. Make quick work at chores around your acreage and save over $4,000 on select John Deere compact tractors equipped with a loader and rear blade. Or save up to $1,000 on select 2022 John Deere Z-Tracks and lawn tractors. Visit your local Acres store or acres.com to get these great discounts. Acres, solutions for every field. Discounts available on in-stock units while supplies last.
What are you doing, Sip? I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives. So you're building what exactly? It's a motion censored switchboard. Duh. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Of course. Ow! God! Ow! Seems like a job for a professional. Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there. Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hey, it's Chad with Nutrition Authority talking about Cleansing Lean. Cleansing Lean helps eliminate that dreaded bloat and water retention that many of us deal with on a day-to-day basis. Hey, it's Chad with Nutrition Authority talking about Cleansing Lean. Cleansing Lean helps eliminate that dreaded bloat and water retention that many of us deal with on a day-to-day basis. Cleansing Lean is a great way to jumpstart any weight loss program. Cleansing Lean is only available at the Nutrition Authority. Stop in or for store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 97 The Ticket FM.com.
All right, so I just looked out the window, and I don't really want to go outside. I don't want to go outside.
It's gonna be slickery.
It's gonna be slick. It looks like snow on the ground. If you're in Lincoln driving around the 48th and O area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's like on the south side of town, north side of town, whatever.
Well,
but,
Rachel sent me a Snapchat where it's just
right.
a nice sheet of ice on our back cement patio. So
here,
that's
there's sleet, the frozen. I mean, it's sleet. That's just. I thought it was snow because it's obviously white, but then you hear it hitting the ground in the window, and I'm like, this is just not a good recipe here. But it is time for the crossover. We bring in Austin Orman. What's up?
What's up, y'all?
How we doing? Good.
Great.
All right.
You ready for some basketball?
Let's get it on.
Huskers are a
Downtown.
5.5. Well, I think 6.5 point dog tonight.
That's it.
That was my response.
They don't know if Sam's going to play yet or not.
He is going to play.
Sam said he was playing.
John Rothstein also confirmed it from head Fred Hoiberg today.
Okay.
So if John is confirming it, he's playing.
What does
So
John Rothstein know?
never forget when he MC'd
What
a
doesn't
couple
John
years.
Rothstein know?
Steve Peichel pounding nails. That's all he does.
Scott Drew, Evolution.
Yeah. What's the other one?
VCU basketball tougher than weekend at your in-laws.
That's right. That's
So
right.
weird
Thank
guy.
you. Thank
Greg
you.
Gard, the silent assassin.
Yeah, Greg
Go ahead,
Gard.
keep going.
Yeah,
Creighton, somewhere in middle America.
That's
There
right.
it is. That's a good one.
All right, is it Creighton or is it Omaha?
Omaha.
Oh yeah,
Omaha,
yep,
somewhere in
good
middle
one, yep,
America.
yep.
That's right. All right, so couple reaction from the text line. It's snowing north of O and west of 33rd.
Oh, that's
Joe B says the streets are fine right now.
Okay, Joe.
I'm glad. That's good.
I trust
I'm a
you.
Skedaddle.
Unnamed text says there's sleet, snow, and rain all at once.
It's all.
That's a trio of terror.
It's the trifecta. It's the trifecta that we hope to see. CJ Wilcher hitting tonight.
Heyo.
So here we are. Nebraska's got Ohio State. Ohio State's lost 4 straight. They bring in Chris Holtman and the Buckeyes. I said it this morning. I'm going to stick by it. If Derek Walker needs to stay out of foul trouble tonight, Ohio State's an exceptional rebounding team, and if Derek Walker gets into foul trouble, plays, let's say, just 17 minutes, like he did against Illinois last time Nebraska was at home. He played 5 minutes in the first half, 12 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Zed Key is going to have his way tonight, unfortunately, down low for Ohio State. And he's hurt Nebraska before.
You're in for a world of hurt if Derek Walker's not able to give you some decent minutes, because there are multiple times where the offense runs through him. I feel like a lot of the time the offense runs through Derek Walker. So if you're missing him, and if Blaze Keita can't play,
bingo,
you're back to Wilhelm Breidenbach at the 5. And no matter how much I love Wilhelm, no matter how much I love Wilhelm Breidenbach, because that's my boy.
Yeah.
That's not him against Zed Key. I'm not taking.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys. Wilhelm, I think, is starting. I would expect Wilhelm to start in place of Juwan Gary. Unless they go denim and they go smaller.
You're going small ball,
which against a dominant rebounding team is a questionable decision.
Do you want defense and
say
small ball or offense? Although he didn't score any points last game out, offense and another big in there, more length.
So Strick and I are going to get into this when we get into on the block. My pick will be Denham Dawson for the starting lineup. We'll get into it on the block, but here's the thing: you're not going to keep pace with Ohio State. Nebraska just doesn't have the firepower. Even with Sam Griesel back, even with Derek Walker fully operational, we haven't seen that consistent firepower out of Nebraska like we have with Ohio State. Juwan Gary, to me, was the key to this matchup. So you need the closest thing to him in there.
And that's Denham Dawson.
Yes,
okay.
In my opinion.
And I wonder, to a certain extent here, how much do you worry about if Blaze Keita cannot go, right? How much do you say, how much does that play into your decision not to start Wilhelm? Well, it could be a free Oleg night, but seriously, guys, think about it this way. How much does that go into your decision to not start Wilhelm Breidenbach just in case you need him off the bench?
Yeah, because Wilhelm has a tendency to get dumb fouls.
Yeah,
very much so.
Which it always makes me laugh.
He's a baby gazelle.
Yeah, it always makes me laugh though when people in the stands at home games just feel like, although whenever a player's on the ground fighting for a loose ball, I think the fan base sometimes thinks that or just the common basketball fan thinks you can just do anything and it's not a foul. Because the last
he's on
time,
the ground, elbow over the face.
Exactly. The last time Wilhelm accidentally landed an elbow on one of the guys' face or like on his head or something, and they called it foul, and everybody's like, "It's on the ground. How can you call a foul?" And I think
you get away with it in football when there are 13 guys on top of each other, but when there's 1 or 2 in basketball and you dive in late, that's a foul.
Yeah, and so unfortunately, when you have fouls like that,
that's what he does. He dives. Look, it's hustle plays, and I appreciate those, and I like those. But sometimes it's a little late. He hedges way too hard sometimes.
Yeah,
a little reckless, but for the most part, he's just hustling. He's playing good defense. I would like it more in the paint if he would get his arm. Just don't even try to jump and block it. Just get your arms up. You're tall enough. You're long enough where you're going to alter a couple of shots, but get your arms up. There's a lot of times where somebody drives to the hoop and he's just kind of there. And it frustrates me to no end, especially with a guy that is as tall, is as long, and pretty athletic as he is. He can alter a couple of shots, get a rebound, and start the break. But
did you just call Wilhelm Breidenbach athletic?
Slightly.
Have you seen that guy run?
Slightly. The running is not the athletic part of him.
What's the athletic part?
Slightly athletic. He can get up.
Can he?
He can get up.
Have we seen it?
Yeah.
I'm not calling.
Have you not seen the clips?
I want to make sure. I want to make sure because I feel like I don't.
I never said he was like athletic. Slightly.
I don't mean to bash Wilhelm Breidenbach
functionally
here.
athletic without being athletic.
Yes.
Denham Dawson is athletic.
Yes.
Wilhelm Breidenbach is functionally athletic.
Denham Dawson.
There's a difference.
Denham Dawson is a freak athlete.
Talk down on my boy like that.
Now, Strick and I have talked about this on air before. If Denham Dawson could figure out the little hitch in his shot and get a little jumper, we're looking at a pretty good player in Denham Dawson. That guy may be one of the more athletic guys on the team. And we've seen him get up. If you want to talk about a guy that can get up, it's Denham Dawson. And so I always say Dawson, but I mean Dawson.
Once he fixes that hitch in his shot, he'll be Dawson.
It's got. Thank you, Rico. It's
we
got
were on the same page.
he's got the little hitch in his shot that it's just struggling to find his groove. And I mean, Strick has talked about it publicly on the air and stuff like that. Where
hitch
once
in the giddy up.
Yeah. So, but that's just one thing. Jamarcus Lawrence also, like I would expect to see a decent amount of him tonight, possibly. I don't. Nebraska's it's going to have to be an all hands on deck kind of thing. We got a text saying that I hope they get to the free throw line and give Tominaga the ball when he's cooking, for bleeping sake. And I think one thing, number one, if you get to the free throw line, you got to make your free throws.
Yes.
I mean, you can get to the free throw all you want. You got to make them, and that's one thing that they did not do against Illinois, and they just haven't done all season long. It's like a rinse and repeat kind of thing for Nebraska basketball.
For tenure,
which is
I
so
always
weird.
feel like off of those high pick and rolls that there's a chance for the ball handler to get to the rim or get close to the rim and possibly draw a foul, but they always stop at like the free throw line and then they go to reset the whole thing. And I'm like, well, just go.
Yeah. Well,
okay. Think about Nebraska's guards though. Sam Griesel's not a pick and roll player.
No,
he's not. He's not explosive enough.
No.
Marcus Lawrence, when he's in there, I think has the capability to be, but he's small and he's learning. CJ Wilshire, pretty ground bound. Keisei Tominaga is more crafty than explosive.
Well, and that's where you get into trouble.
He can get to the rim on the pick and roll, but
Again,
not.
he's
It's not going to be. It's not going to be anything crazy.
But then when
he'll draw a foul.
But then when he also gets down in the paint, it's a little bit of a size disadvantage as
Yeah.
well. That's where Nebraska could get into trouble against any Big Ten team, and we saw it against Iowa. I mean, when they were up big against the Hawkeyes, they tried to milk the clock, and that was when it really was apparent they don't have, unfortunately, a guy that can take over and go in isolation, right? I mean, if you think about recent years, it was Bryce McGowan was always given the ball, and he was athletic as they come. You have Teran Petaway who could throw
JPJ,
up. Yeah,
Flynn
James
Watson.
Palmer. I mean, and Siobhan Shields was kind of that guy that could always get to the rack. And they unfortunately don't have it this year. Now,
is it weird if I say, and this, like, take it for what you will, their most probably competent right now ISO player might be the guy that played 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics?
So I think if I'm isolating someone, it's still Derek Walker. It's a different kind of isolation.
100%. Give it to him in the fingernail and like in that little spot, but the fingernail and let him go to work. Either let him put it on the floor, let him back somebody down. Now, unfortunately, we saw it against Illinois. He struggled.
If that happens, if you're going to do that, I need movement outside of the 3-point line.
Yep.
Because that's the annoying thing is he gets it and everyone stands around and waits for him to make his move. And then he gets doubled and then if it's a problem, he'll lose the ball, whatever happens. You need to move. You need to make yourself available.
There's a bit of a paradox when you look at the guards because CJ Wilshire and Keisei Tominaga have to be the hardest working guys on the floor to get open shots.
Yes.
As shooters, they have to be the hardest working guys. They have to set the best screens. That's how you get yourself open. But the flip side of that is when Nebraska wants to get those guys the ball, it's off of a lot of movement. 2 pin downs. They got to come sprinting at full speed. Those guys don't get any looks with their feet set.
No.
Those are the ones you get to build your confidence to get into those movement screens.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Going back to the free throw shooting here, and we just have a couple minutes left. Going back to the free throw shooting, we talk about it's a universal problem right now. I mean, we saw some. I mean, Nebraska won the game at Minnesota by making their free throws, and we saw. I mean, that just tells you how important it is, right? But if you look at Sam Griesel, he's been statistically shooting over 70% from the free throw line his entire career. When at North Dakota State, comes to Nebraska and now he's shooting 64%. It's the wildest thing. It's the wildest thing.
You put on the jersey and you can't make free throws. I don't know exactly what's going on, and that's one of the guys where even though he's not really a pick and roll player, with his size going against some of these Big Ten guards, if he gets to the rim, he'll get fouled. Then it's just making the free throws, which has become a problem for him.
And just for clarification, Wet Blanket, you're right. The fingernail, as I kind of talked about a second ago, is the area between the free throw line and the top of the key because it looks like a fingernail.
Yeah.
So I should have clarified that a couple minutes ago. But that's the thing that's where you need to get Derek. I mean, think about it. Derek Walker from that spot can facilitate, can put the ball on the deck, or maybe have a little bit of range.
He'll initiate the attack. Has he taken that mid-range? Because they've been giving that mid-range jumper to him all season. And he'll get the ball, turn and face up, and there's nobody in front of him. They step back, and then he drives right into him where he waits for somebody to cut and get the pass off. I mean, he hit a 3 in the last game.
First career.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can hit that mid-range jumper. He just has to have the confidence to do it. And once he does that, that's going to open up the paint even more.
I think it is the confidence thing, not the freedom thing. Because Derek Walker's Nebraska's best player.
He has the freedom to do what he wants.
Yeah, he has to be able to take over a game like that. If someone's going to sag 3 feet off him and he has space,
that shot's been
I don't
there
mind that
all season.
Yeah, you got to make 2 of them, and they're going to start respecting you.
And then you shot fake, you're right past him to the rim.
Exactly.
Easy as
So,
that.
all right, we got about a minute left here. We're getting texts from, OG Les Lancaster just texted in and said, just an FYI, roads are getting mighty squirrely out here. So,
fantastic.
Bill and Bennett says slicker than snot here. Mongo Mark says 56 and Old Cheney, icy and slick. So I would say, folks, please be careful. If you're planning to go out, planning to come to the Nebraska game, take your time, leave plenty of buffer time and buffer space in between you and the car in front of you as well. And we'll just all slowly but surely get to our destination safely. We'll be all good to go and get through this thing together. That'll do it for the happy hour. Stick around. On the Block with Strick and Austin coming up next. We will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Adios.